So if you missed class this week before Thanksgiving, we talked about percentages and what percent means and went a little bit over how to write percents because this is something that we're going to have to understand when we start working with percents after we get back from break. So just as a quick review, the word percent has a pretty direct meaning. The word per means for, and the word cent means 100. So when you see percent, it means for every 100. So as an example, if I had the percent 32, so 32%, which you do have to put the percent symbol there to indicate that this is a percent. Otherwise, it just looks like the number 32. Well, that means for every 100. So that is also equal to 32 out of 100 because percents are always out of 100. Same with 6%. I have 6%. Again, you need to write the percent sign to indicate that it's a percent. That is equal to 6 out of 100. And one more example, if we had 50%, that is equal to 50 out of 100. Okay. So you will see that percents are always out of 100. So one more quick example to show you is even if you had something like 250%, which is able to happen, that is still going to be out of 100. So you would write this as 250 out of 100. Now, because percents can be written as a fraction out of 100, we could read these fractions as 32 hundredths, 6 hundredths, 50 hundredths, 250 hundredths, which means that they can also be written as a decimal. So if I'm looking over here at 32 hundredths, that is equal to 0.32 because that is 32 hundredths. So that is also 32%. 6%, we have to be careful because it says 6 hundredths. So we have to put a placeholder 0 in the tenths place, put our 6 in the hundredths place. So this is also 6%. And 50% can be written as 0.50. And it can also just be written as 0.5 because 5 tenths and 50 hundredths are equivalent or equal to each other. Over here, 250%, we have over one whole. So you're going to have 2 wholes and another 50% left over. So 2.50. Okay. So percents can be written 3 different ways. It can be written as a percent with a percent sign, as you see here. Can be written in fraction form out of 100, and it can be written as a decimal. Okay, so all 3 of these represent percent. Now, you're also going to see fractions that are not out of 100. So maybe we might see the fraction 8/25. Now, we can find out what percent this is, but again, percent is always out of 100. So what I have to do is set this fraction equal to 100. So it's similar to what we do with ratios. Well, how do we get from 25 to 100? We would multiply by 4. So we have to do the same thing to our 8, multiply by 4. So it has that multiplicative relationship. So 8 times 4 is 32. Now that we have a fraction out of 100, we can say that this is 32%, or we could also say it is 0.32 or 32 hundredths. Okay. One more example like this would be 3/5. Well, we can't say 3% because this is out of 5. We need to change this out of 100 because percent per 100 always out of 100. Well, how do I go from 5 to 100? Multiply by 20. So what must I do to 3? Multiply by 20. 3 times 20 is 60. So that is 60 out of 100, which is equal to 60%. Or we could even say 0.6 or 0.60. In Google Classroom, you will see there is a quizzes on percent practice. You can do that on your own just to get a little bit more help with how to write and work with percents.